Grenadines find Harry again, and Harry receives defensive attention from 3 players.
Yes.
So clearly, they've been watching just as closely as we have, and they've realized that this young man, Mozrami Harry, has something to him.
Yes, he scored, I believe, around 5 or 6 goals in this the Vinci Premier League this year for his club. And is one of those youngsters who really gives his all.
Lazaro Lynch will stand over it. He's been the man taking the free kicks for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Men on the posts. Sends this one in low, and it was dangerous. Luke got a boot to it, but was unable to find the back of the net. But the counter-attack always quick for Dominica. That much we've seen in this first half. Once they clear the ball, they try to find a man as rapidly as possible and try to manifest an attack as opposed to just booting it downfield in hope.
Well, you can see that is definitely a plan on their side, on their attacking side going forward there, Dominica. It has paid dividends already, and they have looked very dangerous on all the other occasions. So Miller coming through the middle, looking to find Harry once more. Harry pushes to Muckett. Muckett turns back into the middle. He is looking at his options. Crosses, looking for good stop there by the goalkeeper. As this one was looping into the area, close to the 6-yard box for St. Vincent Grenadines. And
good ball there, and
very good.
Elio reading the situation perfectly and thwarting Luke, who at close range, once he swung through that ball, had every expectation that he could find the back of the net from an excellent cross.
Luke coming down the middle this afternoon or this evening as opposed to down the right. That's a good touch there by Harry, loses out, but equally is moving forward. Mazarani Harry finds Lane. Lane is overlapping and he's looking to go forward. He does so. He's looking to cross. Good cross comes in the area. But the number 5 there for Dominica standing strong and heading away. Let's see, it's Lynch taking a shot. And Ellie has to come to the rescue once again. Again, Vincentia's looking promising, but not getting past the custodian.
Waves of attack for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Repelled first by Jalen Joinville, and then by Dwight Elio, who again appears to be in some discomfort. But gets back to his feet. The corner conceded. It's another low corner. SVG has been mixing up the low and looping corners, so you never know quite what to expect. But as we've noted before, quick counter-attack from Dominica. They're progressing swiftly up the field, still, and now lost the possession. Here comes Team SVG once more. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the throw-in. Just about 10 minutes left in regulation in the first half. But ably cleared by Joinville. Another throw-in for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Solid tackle, and Glonroy Lane writhing on the ground. Didn't see much in that tackle, but Lane is certainly feeling something. He reacted instantaneously and remains on the ground. So it's the turn of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to get the physio on the field. This one has been pretty physical. I'm certain there's going to be quite a bit of time added on at the end of the first half. We've seen attention to at least 4 players. So a throw again, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they get a nice long cross in. But Jeanville called into action once again. And the Dominicans press forward. But the referee calls a halt to play. Seems to be indicating that the ball goes to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Interesting call.
Yeah, the Dominican player I thought was in possession.
Well, the game is getting pretty physical, and I'm not sure why.
The official needs to step in at this point.
Exactly. There we go. There's no need for this. It's just a competitive game. It's a physical
The
game.
official needs to he needs to physically step in
yes.
and get the players to organize themselves. I'll be back underway. Deep for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Still in possession. Dances around. Gets the cross in. Met only though by Bruno. Goes back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They get it wide once again. Harry. Moving it around. Looking for the cross. Javel cuts that one out. So important, Roxelle, the role of the official, especially when you're looking at youth sport. I mean, people talk about the boys and the boys being hot-headed, but you have to step in. As an official, you have to step in and take control of these situations and not allow them to escalate. No matter what the level, you have to step in and ensure that the game continues to be played in a good spirit.
Totally agree, and that has to start from the onset. You're decisive with your calls and your decisions, and you ensure that they know where you stand with those decisions, and there from onward, they must have some level of respect as it relates to that. He needed to get to the situation quickly and thaw that out.
Because it could have escalated very quickly.
Correct.
So Lane forced back. He was dancing on the edge there, and Javille sends that one back down the road, but it stays in the defensive third for Dominica, who retained possession. Trying to play it out. But they are not equal to the task. They turn it over. And, Elio. Elio. Causing some hearts to flutter in Roseau and Portsmouth.
Low to his left, and he got down well, but I'm not sure he was confident that he had it in his arms. Here we go, Dominique on the counter again, but it looks like Tariq Small coming to the rescue of St. Vincent de Grenadines. Tariq Small comes down the left-hand side, looks to find Tyron Muckett. He does. Muckett into the area, does he? He is held up and decides to cross. Touched away by...
Still with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good shot.
Elio once more. And he's been having to do some work this evening, Terry.
Yes, he's been called into action quite a bit, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been really working that corner. I think this is about the 5th corner or so for the game. I mean, when you look at the stats at the end of this one, if St. Vincent and the Grenadines is unable to come away with at least a point here, they'll feel very hard done by. They've had the majority of the ball, I think. And, oh no, a golden chance there. Tariq Small had it at his feet. But still with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. moving the ball around, looking for the cross, and taken by Elio.
Continuing to knock on the doors, but not at all allowing the Vincentian through the Dominicans as they continue to go forward here. They're on the counter really quickly, as we've seen, and had one had to be put into touch. Looks like it's Tariq Small covering the ground there on the left flank defensively, and a corner, probably one of the few, Terry, for Dominica in this first half.
Yeah, most of them, but the attacks have manifested from open play and specifically from the counter. And they haven't had many attacks. They, as I said, have not seen as much of the ball, but they've managed to get one of their few strikes on target and past the goalkeeper. I think they've had just one free kick in the attacking third. And this is probably their first corner.
So St. Vincent and Grenadines trying to come out, playing again still patiently on most occasions, as this is with Thomas. Thomas looks to go further to the right into Glenroy Lane. Lane looks further forward and gives it to Harry. And he is losing out. The call goes against St. Vincent and Grenadines. Arms being thrown left, right and centre. The emotions are high. I think they felt undone in that encounter, because I think they did play well, but the goalkeeper for St. Lucia was tremendous, Terry, on, when was it, Sunday night?
Yeah, well, both goalkeepers were outstanding. Just like I said, that one error, and that one error was all the difference between the two teams. You could see that he was frustrated. I'm not sure. You're the team leader, so you can tell me. I don't know if he's managed to sleep since Sunday night.
He did sleep, but I can tell you, mountains of tears were shed on the field on the way up. He was in a very solemn mode, because we know Dinesh to be one of the better goalkeepers, custodians, as young as he is in the national setup, and that was an error that he would never want to revisit.
Yeah, Dinesh Grant was a rock for St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Throw coming for St. Vincent down the left-hand side, deep in their half, as finds Tariq Stevens. He comes across and he uses the outlet of Grant. Grant goes further to the right into Dimitri Thomas. Thomas to Harry. Harry is being marshaled really closely by those defenders there on the right-hand side as Vincentians attempt to build an attack. Now with Miller, goes into the middle, finds Lazaro Lynch. She has acres of space and decides to look for Luke. Luke possesses well. Still Luke though. And he has attention of two officials. He does well. Two defenders as he attempted to weave his way, but again, sturdy in their defense, the Dominicans here, Terry.
Looks as though he may have won a throw. I think he may have been hoping for a corner, but he gets the throw. Stays 3 minutes, just 3 minutes. Time added on. I'd have expected.
It's a good ball coming through. Again, goalkeeper does the cleanup work for Dominica. Good throw out.
And Harry was Johnny on the spot. He was looming. Had Elio made any missteps, he would have been right there. Referee comes into play once again. Asks them to calm down. So we're in the first minute of time added on in the first half. St. Vincent and the Grenadines 0. The Commonwealth of Dominica 1. And Dominica hasn't had a great deal of joy as far as the team sports, and in fact, as the overall competition is concerned. They placed third in the track and field. I think they got their first victory in the team sport last evening in the basketball. They beat Grenada in the girls basketball, I should say. Grenada returned the favor in the boys. And that one was a really tight game.
Triller. Oh, great ball. Attempted to find Marquette. Ken.
And Luke also on the spot.
So the attacking play from St. Vincent Grenadines it's been pleasing, but nothing to show as of yet. There we go. It's a call against Dominica. Yes, it is the 5 seconds, 8 seconds, was it? Not sure what it was. But the man in the middle is presented St. Vincent Grenadines with an opportunity to probably find...
To go into the half.
Yes, with an equalizer. Let's see. Oh, it's a corner, is it? Yes, so it's that the infringement as relates to the time to be taken to get that ball out from a goalkeeper. And the corner awarded for St. Vincent. It's good corner coming across. Head away. Not much there. A shot coming again. Oh. Here we go. Dominic on the counter. Dennis Grant has to clear. And
Grant unafraid to come off his line and out of the box. Play as a keeper sweeper.
Correct. He plays in the outfield sometimes. He also plays basketball. So an opportunity for him there to come and clear the danger for St. Vincent Grenadines.
But a clearing header by Jeanville again. Jeanville and Bruno. Grant's having a little bit of trouble there. Jeanville and Bruno, the central defenders for Dominica, have done human service here this evening. They've repelled everything thrown at them by the young men of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And there's been quite a bit thrown at them.
And they have been very compact in the middle. They've been disciplined. They've kept their shape. And they go into the half with the lead. 1-0. A goal scored, Terry.
Alison Gasper netting the difference maker in this game. And the Commonwealth of Dominica better on the score sheet. I think overall St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be pleased by a number of aspects of their play. They have been organized. They've been solid on the attack. They just haven't had the goal to show for it. They'll talk it over at halftime and come back for the second half momentarily.
Great news about Super 6. You can play Super 6 combo bets to increase your chances at winning the Super 6 jackpot. Here's how. The combo 5 betting option costs $69. Players have a choice of any 5 numbers, and if you match 5 of the 6 numbers, you win the jackpot. Maybe you prefer combo 7, costing $21. With a choice of 7 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 7 numbers, you win the jackpot. How about combo 8? This option costs $84. Players select 8 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 8 numbers, you win the jackpot. All numbers chosen should be from a range of 1 to 28. Play combo bets. Remember, with Super 6, there are bigger jackpots and more chances to win.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more, win more, and have more fun.
With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one.
With the new improved Super 6 game,
The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
But we at halftime, St. Lucia, Dominica rather, up 1-0 on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I'm joined now by Adam Newell. We mentioned earlier United Through Sports and the fact that they have a number of physios who are volunteering, student physios. Adam's a fully qualified physio, however. He's supervising the team that's working with Team St. Lucia. Talk to me about what's being done, Adam.
So we're we're based here in St. Lucia on the island, and we're running a student-led clinic where I'm supervising that currently, and our students are also kind of supporting at these sporting events in the Windward games to offer our services and but also educate themselves and try and improve themselves as a physio.
What's it been like for them? I'm sure you would be in constant communication with the team. What's it been like for them? Especially, these games are pretty much high pressure, go all day. You have was it 6 games today? You had 4 yesterday, and you had 8 different games on Sunday. What's that been like for them?
Yeah, so it's certainly an experience. Being here on the island's great for them. I know they really appreciate everything that the island's about, and that the Caribbean's about. But it's a lot of work for them. It's high pressure, like you said. But we know that's where they learn the most, and I know they're taking a lot out of everything that they're doing here today. So it's great for them, but it's great for the team's supported with it as well.
One of the things that I know that United Through Sports has worked closely with the St. Lucia Cricket High Performance Centre and with the St. Lucia Premier League Cricket as well. Are they going to be a part of that as well? I know that's a little bit more sedate, more day-to-day kind of stuff. Are they going to be part of those kind of initiatives as well?
Yeah, so I only got here a couple of days ago, but they have been working with some of the high performance cricket a lot over the last few weeks. Like you said, it's a little bit calmer, that environment. Maybe not as much going on, but no, they've been doing a lot of work with them, and that's great to see that students are working in that high performance setting. So it's good work.
All right, thanks so much, Adam, and thank you for all that you and United Through Sports are doing here in St. Lucia, and particularly with the Windward Island School Games.
No, thank you very much. Cheers.
All right, we'll be getting underway shortly with the second half. Dominica up 1-0 on St. Vincent and the Grenadines here from the Francis Babalastic grounds. It would be the first win for whichever team does manage to come away with the victory this evening. And right now, Dominica in the ascendancy, although Vincent and the Grenadines have been looking very sharp throughout the first half. We'll be back momentarily with the second period from the Francis Babalastic grounds.
Great news about Super 6. You can play Super 6 combo bets to increase your chances at winning the Super 6 jackpot. Here's how. The combo 5 betting option costs $69. Players have a choice of any 5 numbers, and if you match 5 of the 6 numbers, you win the jackpot. Maybe you prefer combo 7, costing $21. With a choice of 7 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 7 numbers, you win the jackpot. How about combo 8? This option costs $84. Players select 8 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 8 numbers, you win the jackpot. All numbers chosen should be from a range of 1 to 28. Play combo bets. Remember, with Super 6, there are bigger jackpots and
we also have Dunstan Maggie Peters. He was with us last night for the basketball. But the thing about Maggie, he's a multi-sport man. He's Maggie, your thoughts on the Dominica performance in the first half?
Well, actually, I wasn't there, but I just got there now. So I didn't see the first half. But already football is where I'm from, Newtown. So football is my first sport. Basketball is secondary.
All right, and Dominica up 1-0 after the opening period here at the Babalastic grounds. Just renamed last year in honor of former St. Lucia national player Francis Babalastic. Would have played quite a bit in Trinidad and Tobago as well as Europe. And he's from right here in Grosley, Alton Crafton. The stand's named after him. Stands built and renamed after him. I'm sure, Maggie, you know St. Lucia well. You would have remembered when this was just grass up there on that hill. I remember it from a lot further back when I used to watch football as a boy up on that hill. But now brand new stands here at the Babalastic ground.
Yes, definitely. I know I used to come and work with Northern United. So that's the grounds, and trust me, a nice little hill there to get to the top and then go to the basketball court. So it's nice to see that transformation. Trust me.
Okay, so we're back underway, and there's not been a great deal happening, but once again, St. Vincent and the Grenadines opening the second half just as they ended the first on the attack. Not a lot of action at this end of the pitch now that the Dominicans have switched their attack to the other end. The Dominicans have basically worked on the counter attack for much of the first half, and it looks as though they'll be content to do so again. A strike from Harry. Going to be a free kick. Team SVG. Looking maybe to be a little bit more deliberate, Roxelle, and they force a save from Elio. He tracked that all the way, and it's a good thing that he did because the ball was dipping in on him.
As well as Harry was sneaking in at the far post. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's now got to face yet another corner. I think it's probably the 6th corner for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm being corrected here that the goalkeeper's name is Elwa.
French in that pronunciation.
Might even be some Kalinago at the rate. So the ball makes its way into St. Vincent the Grenadines' defensive third for the first time in this half, but quickly dealt with. Dominica will get a throw-in, but it progresses no further than the last man for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Stevens with a comfortable clearance. I think we're pretty safe with the pronunciation of Tyreek Stevens.
For sure, definitely.
I won't trouble us as much as young Elwa. A goalkeeper from Harlem United?
No, it's Middleham United.
Middleham United. Both goalkeepers with some senior experience. Both teams pretty well experienced. St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the attack once again. Recycle quickly and lost once again. Dimitri Thomas with the boot upfield.
A really good cross coming in there by Lazaro Lynch. They were arms in the air, pleading for a penalty as the defender came across and put his entire body on the line there to clear that one and to ensure that it didn't go any further across the area there.
But by the same token, Tyreek could also be imploring his teammate to get the ball more goalwards, because he pretty much booted that one harmlessly into touch. And the physio called upon once again. So our physios have been very busy in the first half. Yeah, this looked a pretty promising attack. And powerful cross by Lazaro Lynch. Knocks the defender to the ground. Can't quite make out who it is. I think it might be Jeanville. Jalen. And he's somebody who's really been crucial in the first half to the fortunes of the Dominicans. Been cutting out a number of dangerous crosses. Himself and Bruno have been really excellent. Yeah, I think he took it full in the face. Might even need a concussion check. I'm sure he knows that he's in. Where are you right now? What's your name?
Correct.
Double check. Are you able to track a finger? Still nothing dangerous at the moment from Dominica, but they have a free kick. They've not had many free kicks in the first half, but here they are.
And the game so far has been just on one side of the field. Then that side is just vacant. So the game, he only using half the field for now. It must be too much field for them at the moment. They need to switch up the ball, get some more spacing.
So that comes to naught for Dominica. Quickly pushed up by St. Vincent and the Grenadines once again.
Out for throwing.
So St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the ball in possession. will have to deal with yet another corner. I make it the 7th for St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yeah, for the time being, it's Dominica under siege from St. Vincent.
Doesn't get a clean head to that one. And Elwa collects behind the net.
Goals kick.
Elwa has been in some discomfort in the first half. He was down on the ground a couple of times, but he's also had to produce a couple of really outstanding saves in that first half. And that siege of which you speak has been the prevailing state of affairs for most of the first 45 minutes.
I'm not sure what the game plan is for Dominica, but they keep banging the ball up and it's just coming back at them. They need to spread the ball wide, knock it from the back and bring it up. I don't know if they're afraid, they fear doing that.
They've had a single, Roxelle, you can stand to correct me, I don't think they've had a single sustained period of possession where they've played at as many as 5 touches consecutively.
You're totally correct. And if that was the case, it's probably trying to get it out of a defensive attack, a defensive situation, where they were under pressure. Yeah, and another shot coming in there by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Again, this time off target. They're not as settled as they may have been, Terry, in the first, let's say the last 30 minutes or so of the encounter, as they probably attempt to rush, as you spoke of earlier, their exploits of looking for this equalizer.
The first couple of possessions in this half, you saw some evidence of structure, you saw some evidence of ball movement, getting it wide, as they had done in the first half. In fact, a little bit more disciplined than they had been even in the first half, but they are now very quickly, 10 minutes into the second half, starting to get a little bit antsy.
And Dominica just seem to be content with just getting the ball out of the half, just kicking it away, but the pressure is coming right back. They need to possess the ball for a moment,
Well, their one goal came from essentially 4 touches from a defensive clearance, a one ball in the midfield, a single pass forward to Alison Gasper, and back of the net. So
that's the game plan.
They don't seem to be working with a great deal of organization, but they've managed to get the ball into the back of the net, which is the most important thing in the game.
Yeah, but if they don't get some possession, then it's going to be in the back of their net soon, because after a while, there's pressure coming, one after the other. Eventually, the wall is going to break.
And that's what we saw from them in the first game, where they basically invited the attack from Grenada, and Grenada eventually getting the winner in the dying minutes of time added on. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the cross. They still have the ball. Cross again. Put out, but only as far. And Elwa. The flag is up.
But they're lucky too, because that's what, if you keep banging it out, that's what's going to happen. The pressure is going to mount, and then eventually you're going to concede.
I think it was Muckett up front who just strayed beyond the last defender, and in that melee you have an expectation, as the ball is ping-ponging around, you have the expectation that it's going to fall to you.
Yes.
So at some point he would have felt that he was onside, but it was cleared twice by the Dominicans, and then eventually fell to him in a position from which he could not legally profit.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines still looking to go forward, and they've sustained the pressure there, but the defenders, again for Dominica, having to do a lot of work. Our colleague here not very happy with that, Terry. But
45 minutes is a long time to just
soak up pressure.
Soak up pressure.
Yes.
So I think it's Dominica inviting the attack, and
that's not good.
I don't think
They need to have enough confidence to knock the ball center wide, like that constant banging, that's like popeyage.
And then your problem, gentlemen, is that if they do concede, does it now start a deluge? Because now you're at even Stevens. What do? Do you suddenly start changing your game plan? If the Vincentians score, they just need to keep doing what they've been doing, which is attacking the goal. If the Vincentians score, however, the Dominicans now have to change their game plan to try to get back into the game.
Well, they're not in the game right now because they just keep banging the ball for St. Vincent.
Well, they're ahead of the game because they're up 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0, but with the way they're playing, eventually that is going to change. They need to hold the ball. The players need to have confidence in each other and in themselves to be able to possess the ball.
Got over half an hour left to play in the second half. There's going to be a free kick from the back.
Another bang out again, and then...
Now that could have been a short free kick.
Another bang out for the opponent, that's giving the opponent the ball.
That last free kick in particular, they've not won a lot of free kicks at the back in their defensive third. That last free kick could have been played short, try to retain possession, try to draw the Vincentian defense in.
Yeah, because you up a goal, they want a goal, so they're desperate. You need to use that against them. So you need to have them chasing the ball. But you're just giving them the ball to come at you. That's not good. That's not good.
So a goal kick for Dominica. Immediately won by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We don't have a statistician, but I would venture to guess that St. Vincent and the Grenadines have enjoyed something like 65% of the possession here this evening at the Francis Babalastic grounds in this their second game.
Well, I was going to venture to say it's definitely most.
Maggie and Roxelle think I'm being conservative.
Because you're definitely seeing the pressure continue to be sustained there by St. Vincent and Grenadines. Nothing to show on the end that they would like to see it as yet. But here we go. Strike comes in. Across the face of the goal once again. We've had two really good strikes so far, but not ending up where the Vincentians will love, Terry.
We're now just past the half-hour mark, or just into the half hour.
It's like
we have just under 30 minutes to play.
The World Cup finals was England and Argentina. Who it was? Who was in the finals?
It was Spain.
Spain, yes.
Argentina.
And
or Liberian.
Okay. So I'm thinking about the England-Argentina game when England packed the bus early.
Packed the bus way too early.
This is something like, something like this.
Lynch takes a hard tackle there. Lazaro Lynch brought down by two defenders. Christmas, so one of the two. Don't know if he's any family to Sabina Christmas, former track and field athlete.
I'm not sure, but he's from the northeast area, Castle Bruce, plays for We United.
So another free kick and pretty dangerous area for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Will Lynch take this one again? Do you think, Roxelle?
It could be an opportunity for Imani Miller, who plays for Camdonia Chelsea in the Premiership. But let's see. It's Lynch. Near post goal! St. Vincent and the Grenadines!
St. Vincent and the Grenadines
have equalized!
Only a matter of time. We are not surprised at all.
Well, it's actually Mazarani Harry. We were both wrong in terms of who took it. Miller was there, but it was Mazarani Harry, number 17. And he has pulled the game back.
It was only a matter of time. Absolutely no surprise here. You know, after a while, it's just gonna, and what now?
Well, let's see. Are we correct in the individual? Yes, it looks like Harry.
And that was taken direct from the
Correct.
free kick, beat the wall, beat the goalkeeper. Elwa has been tremendous all game long, but on this occasion, that one left him stranded.
So we have had some substitutions. We have Kareem Davis coming in and Kevon Clark for St. Vincent and Grenadines. It looks as if Doyle has... no, he is still on the field, so we will give you the two men who have been substituted in a few.
Now with 27 minutes left to go in regulation, St. Vincent and the Grenadines have been holding the upper hand for well over 60 minutes. They didn't have the goal to show for it. They do now, and they will keep pouring on the attack. Slips on the cricket pitch, but retains possession. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, some lovely, intricate, close passing. Dominica
No, they're knocking. No, they're possessing the
retain
ball.
possession.
No, they're knocking. Where was that earlier? You need to have an offensive threat so that the back line can respect and honor, and not everybody come at you.
So throw for Dominica.
Penalty.
Upended.
Penalty.
In the box.
Penalty.
We'll get a look at that momentarily once again. Doesn't look a bad call from the referee. The Vincentian defender basically left his leg hanging.
And the player is asking the linesman, but the linesman didn't make the call. The referee made the call. You need to ask the referee, not the linesman.
Yeah, Dimitri Thomas, I think, caught napping there. Roxel, he essentially left his leg hanging out.
It actually looks like Jamal Luke, the number 6.
Now, in the previous game, Dominica got a penalty and it was saved by the keeper. Let's see if they can do differently this time around and go up again.
Very much against the run of play. The Dominicans once again take the lead.
Well, the game is definitely going to be opening up. I believe the next 25 minutes or so that's remaining is going to be pretty exciting.
But see what caused that? The knocking of the ball, pushing it on offense. No, you got to continue that. You cannot go and sit back again because you're going to invite another pressure and another goal.
Totally correct.
By the same token, though, gentlemen, you have to think that we talked about Dominica having to change their game plan, but it also would have caught St. Vincent the Grenadines napping because they have been used, their defensive unit has been used for 60-odd minutes to
attack.
Just being part of the attack.
Yes,
and they have not had the Dominicans coming at them in any sort of comprehensive and sustained fashion. So once the first wave came, they were a little bit undone. But now, as you gentlemen have both said, the game is very likely to open up. Dominica back ahead.
They need to stick to what gets them ahead.
Jariah Lewis.
Yes.
Lewis converted the penalty. Jariah Lewis netting for the Commonwealth of Dominica from the spot.
He's also a long jumper. So as we're going to Santo Domingo.
I think he won the long jump event on Saturday.
Yes.
So he's heading to the Central American and Caribbean games.
Yes, he is. So he needs to be careful there. He doesn't get hurt, because he has big things to come in that CAC games.
Well, Lewis with an opportunity here. As we said, Dominica have not had a lot of free kicks and certainly not in very dangerous positions, but they do have one here in a very good position. Out on their right wing, and it comes in, and Grant punches it away. Still in a dangerous position in the midfield there. They're herring down that left side of the pitch. St. Vincent and the Grenadines gets to it first. The Dominican defender puts his body on the line. Bruno clears it, but ends up only
solid defensive
throw in.
effort there.
Really action-packed this remaining 20 minutes or so. Both teams are going at it, and Dominica with their tails up. St. Vincent looking again for a second equalizer. Kareem Davis, and also system 3 player, plays it forward, looking to find Lynch. Only as far as Captain Thomas, who gives it away.
Comes all the way back to Grant.
Dominica needs to find, on this occasion, he needs to find outlets. They need to have outlets.
SVG remaining patient. Grant gets that one out wide. And now Dominica on the attack once again. Dominica looking dangerous, remains onside. And Dominica,
that's what I'm talking about.
Throws that one away.
His run off the ball was excellent.
Excellent, yes.
Needed to stay over it.
Exactly, and he pulled the defense away. It was really, really good run off the ball. And the pass was in a very good position as well.
This is what needs to be done, You need to have more of this so the defense can be honest.
Dariah Lewis again.
No, this is Ajani.
No, Dariah Lewis with the strike.
Ajani on the cross.
This is just the second corner for Dominica in the entire game.
Oh,
hard crunching tackle there.
Angel Belot plays for Harlem United.
Is Angel?
Angel. Not
like Di Maria?
Yes.
So he's named after an Angel?
Yes.
And not an angel?
No. Although his mom looks like an angel. She's Spanish.
Dominica
still on the move.
Yes.
Ajanic giving chase. 2 players on him. Can he? Oh.
Yes, he does.
Yes, corner. Is a corner? No.
Concedes a throw.
Throw in.
There's a Johnny. I think he assumed that one had been struck by the defender. So now after scoring the goal, Dominica energized and they've decided to start going on the attack.
Yeah, the confidence they needed that came, that's all they needed to do is mount some attack themselves. Don't just be just been taking pressure. You need to apply pressure.
I'm actually surprised, Maggie, that Dominica has that kind of attacking flair because we haven't seen it all game. I've seen some really excellent movement of the ball by Ajani and Angel and Jiraiya. This time, though, they've intentions equal to the task.
Well, I know that the players. I know they have that in them. I don't know why they wasn't doing it. I know they're capable. Because most, if not all of these guys are youth national players, some senior national players. So I don't know why they were playing, just sitting back and playing that England whole world building, parking bus business.
And it's one thing to park the bus for half an hour. To park it for 45 minutes is going to get a ticket.
I mean, come on.
Well, another substitution made by St. Vincent and Grenades. Marley Miller is out and AJ Juice Delplesh has joined the party. Number 19 is back.
Tries to get it across to the midfield. But it's taken by St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who are again on the attack. Comes bouncing in. And managed by Bellot again. This time Eloi sees it safely into
wide
touch.
of goal.
Sean Bruno taking up his duties once again with the goal kick.
That constant bang out, they stay going with that again.
We'll go though for a throw.
You place the ball for a goal kick. The other team retreats. You simply knock the ball and then open them up. But you just bang it, they're sitting back waiting for it. It's a 50-50 ball.
Shaquan Mills effects the throw in to Bellot.
Shaquan Mills, another Harlem United player. Him and Angel they have a wonderful tandem in Harlem, so they know each other very well.
The official seems to be asking for a retake of that free kick. Appears to have shown a card. Making some notes and tucking his card into his sock. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines once again on the attack. Getting the ball out to the left wing. Harry dispossessed briefly, gets it back. And now it's Dominica on the attack. But the attack foiled all too quickly. Luke with the ball. And I think Harry just came and nipped it off his boots. And Luke would probably better have been helped by Harry drifting out wide and allowing him to get a kick in.
Urgency there by the Vincentians, but they also need to communicate as they attempt to find a second equalizer this evening.
Beats just about everybody in the defense, but eventually cleared. And as has been the case for much of the evening, the clearance finding a Vincentian attacker. And St. Vincent on the move once again, but Eloi steps up, throws it out to Bellot. Bellot's ball gets caught up in his feet, but booted forward. Wide now for Team SVG. Will they be patient? No, they will not. They will try to get the ball up the field, but only as far as Bruno. Kicks it back into the midfield for a throw-in. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I think initially we had a call for a throw, but instead we have a free kick to Team SVG. Will be taken by Lazaro Lynch. Just squaring the position.
SVG sent everybody in the box.
Goalkeeper coming to the rescue there once again there.
Elwa gives up the corner though.
Dominica has everybody back. At least you have one person up top in case you get a clearance, and then, but everybody back. So SVG send everybody forward, and then, you know, anything can happen.
Well, we see that eggs.
In swinger. Doesn't find the head of a Vincentian, and out comes a Dominica. It's a long run here for the attacking player, but he's still in control. But eventually it falls to Grant, who gets it back upfield. Well beaten there, the defender. St. Vincent and the Grenadines looking very fluent at the moment.
Yes, passing, getting past four defenders so easily, but in the end there.
That's the man, Lazaro Lynch, once again.
Replay there. Okay, need to go back a little bit.
In all of that, we've had the substitution. Xavier Jack has come in for St. Vincent.
Corner comes in.
Big header there. I was looking like it was heading somewhere.
Another throw for St. Vincent and the Grenadine. Ball stays in their attacking third. Poor clearance there by the Dominican defender. This one much better.
Conrad giving chase. And it commits a foul.
When you start opening the game like this and the attack is entirely concentrated in 1/3 of the field, any clearance becomes dangerous because one man can sprint upfield and get literally a one-on-one opportunity.
Especially the fact that SVG is desperately looking for that equalizer.
Yeah, so they're really concentrating their attack. You spoke about the fact that they're not really any. Elwa again, called into play and called into play again. Still with SVG. And this one sails harmlessly.
Somebody's down.
Elwa once again.
He must have came with a big save there, because that one was looks as if it was point blank.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the replay to see what.
We're trying to get the replay for you there of the incident that would have felled Elwa. Ball was cleared initially. So he dealt with it. He dealt with the first one, but then he had to stand strong on that second occasion.
Goal! There's an equalizer! There's an equalizer! Let's see who is it! It's AJ Juice Delpesh, the substitute. He's just come on. That's the man who won the 200 meters.
And 200 meter champion Delpesh. Didn't need to do much running except to celebrate on this occasion.
What an exciting 10 minutes or so still remains in this encounter. St. Vincent and Grenadines have come from behind twice. They are asking their supporters to join the party. Well, I don't think they are. They are partying to some extent, joining the Dominicans as well.
So the score is 2-2.
And from the resumption after that Elwa injury,
and
Delpesh just sneaking in at the far post and getting the conversion. St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the attack again.
Dominica now
We said earlier we weren't hearing the horns, Roxelle. We're hearing them now.
You're definitely hearing that, and you must be clear that the DJ knows the music. He was playing Rum Island. This one goes forward to Kareem Davis. He controls, looking for some support. Doesn't get past the defender who stood his ground well, but could not keep it in his possession. So, an exciting end, just as Dominica had in that first encounter, because when we came across to prepare for our game against St. Lucia, we heard some exciting, and oh, good ball comes across, it's Delpesh again, but the defender was really on time there, timing his challenge really well, taking it off the chest almost of Delpesh. So, I think it's been an exciting encounter. So it's number 6. It takes a shot. Oh, Elwa! St. Vincent! Is it? No!
Elwa comes up with Delpesh and Elwa once again clashing, and it is this time Elwa equal to the challenge.
Oh my word.
Just a few minutes left in this really thrilling encounter.
Oh,
Delpesh slams the ground in frustration.
Our Dominican counterpart is like he's stunned here.
Yeah, well, it's pressure right now. You know, the pressure cooker is bubbling. We have a player Jeriah Lewis down, pull muscles.
Does not look very pleased at all. Being helped, in fact, by the
he's been running hard
goalkeeper.
Yeah, and they're calling him first. He's getting a substitution, which I thought would have happened already.
Really would love to see
5
that
minutes of time added on. We're hearing from the match commissioner. We will play a minimum of 5 extra minutes whilst we see to Jeriah Lewis, number 10.
And it was in the 4 extra minutes that Dominica conceded the game winner in the last game. So they need to focus right now and not let that happen to them. It's in these moments, everybody have tired legs. Really, that medic, strong
Lewis.
medic there.
Lewis scoring the penalty to restore the lead
a human
for his
stretcher.
team. Right now, 5 minutes remaining in regulation, and then we have a further 5 minutes to play in time added on. Here are the Francis Lastic ground. Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Dominica have gone ahead twice. St. Vincent and the Grenadines have equalized twice. Alison Gasper scoring from open play early in the game. In the second half, we saw Harry equalizing for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Dominicans went back ahead through Jeriah Lewis, who's now injured, from the spot. And then the substitute AJ Delpesh scoring the equalizer, the second equalizer for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we've had 2 track and field athletes scoring here in the second half. St. Vincent still on the attack. Elwa called into action again.
He needs to go to the next side of the field. He needs to go to the other side of the field. He keep going the same place where the pressure just come from. And there's a player all alone on the other side. I think that side of the pitch is very exhausted because most of the ball has been playing on this side of the field. This side there is very jealous. He's not getting no action.
Getting no love.
No love, no action on this side. They might as well cut the field in half and just get him half to play on.
You can turn off the lights.
They're not utilizing.
Over by the Alton
on that
Crafton
side.
stand.
Yeah, they're not utilizing that space at all.
Dominica on the attack, repelled. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in possession once again. Moving the ball up the pitch through Luke.
And they are using the pitch to its full extent. Oh.
Dimitri Thomas just boots that one away. Could have been, I think, a little bit more patient with that.
Much more patience,
Yes, patience
would
is
be
the key.
required there. The build-up was really good. They didn't find an outlet. The cross was repelled, and he just needed to start the build-up again.
That's right.
So starting it from the back, Dominica. They'll boot it upfield. Still in possession, Dominica. Using, as Maggie asked, the right side, but they lose it. The ball is very much in play in midfield now. It's anybody's ball. It's now St. Vincent and the Grenadines' ball. Xavier Jack gets it in a dangerous position. Goes back to Jack, the substitute.
Oh my word!
Wonderful strike.
And a beautiful save again by Elwar, is it?
Yes, Elwar.
Has been
Elwar.
utterly fantastic.
Oh my God.
He's been the man who's had to do all the work, and
Definitely.
he's done the work.
Definitely.
Good football.
A little bit too much
Lynch
run, but
with
he's
a
up for it.
fantastic strike, and it was moving on him, but he got to it very well. And we're in fact seeing 4 minutes indicated by the fourth official.
Well, the Vincentian supporters have found their voices. It will need to be sustained for the next 4 minutes.
And 4 minutes is that's exactly what was given in the last Dominica game, and they conceded in that 4 minutes. They better not, they better don't make a repeat of this.
Temporarily one man short, and they've got yet another corner. Everybody is up the field.
Headed away by the defenders, though. A really good header there. He must be a high jumper.
It's going to be something like the 9th corner.
Lynch has had a real pleasant game here. He's challenged the areas with his corners, and we just saw a good shot coming in from him. Goal! Oh my word, a cross goal. There we go again. And this one is high and over the bar by Kareem Davis. 2 good corners in succession by Lynch, but nothing to show in terms of something in the back of the net, which is their ultimate goal there. Terry?
Yes, Lynch has looked very sharp throughout the game. He's been playing down that left wing for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Has created a lot of danger for them. He's shifted now into the center of the park. But here comes, oh my goodness, what a run.
Hey!
Stays on his feet. Doesn't quite get a foot to it. One man against many.
Well,
It's a close call there too.
exceptional forward attacking movement there by the number 11 for Dominica.
I believe that's Conrad Simon.
Conrad Simon, indeed.
Yes. Harlem United player again.
Dominica would have a free kick opportunity.
They haven't had many. This one is in a very good position.
Ooh, that's a
An in swinger.
Easy catch by the keeper.
And easily taken by the keeper.
Just under about 1 minute.
Just over 1 minute remaining.
All right.
Conrad
Now
Simon
just
again.
under.
Like too hard, Connie.
Time added on.
It's too hard.
Here in the second half, we've played 90. And Vincent and the Grenadines trying for one last attack. They will get a free kick out of it. Luke still looking.
They need to put pressure on the ball. They cannot just sit back.
Steven pushes this one forward. And
Maserani Hari again taking a left-footed strike and not under the bar as he would have done on
I
the
think
first.
that might be the last kick out coming right now.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the attack once again. Lose the ball. Goes up in a very dangerous position. Two attackers chasing it from Dominica. Neither was able to get to it. They're going to try to play the goalkeeper, Grant, and they do.
At goal! At goal! Oh! Come on!
For some reason, the attacker opted to take a touch.
The keeper
with
out
the
of his goal.
Off his line.
Way out of his goal.
Would have just struck at goal, especially in this the dying minutes of this fixture. At the moment, looks as though the points will be shared. Neither team will get a first win unless this can materialize into something.
I don't know what the ref is waiting for, but
well, it is a minimum of 4 minutes added.
5 gone. Over 5 gone.
We've had 5. Great deal of conversation during the World Cup about the arbitrary nature of football. Time being added basically at will. But one of the delightful quirks of the game, I suppose.
Well, it's at the discretion of the man in the middle. But this was an entertaining encounter.
Yeah, definitely.
Dominica soaked up a lot of pressure, but we definitely saw in the latter stages of the second period that they had the attacking prowess. They looked really, really pleasing coming forward.
Of course.
And it ended up 2-2 with 4 goals that were pleasing here this evening.
Really would have wished that they had shown that a lot earlier in the piece. But
course.
I suppose getting that goal early from Alison Gasper put them at ease.
Too much at ease.
Caused them to be a little bit complacent. They decided instead to keep soaking up the pressure, and they eventually conceded to Mozrami Harry in the second half from an excellent free kick, and then the Dominicans getting a spot kick of their own, this time from the penalty spot, and Jariah Lewis, who eventually went off injured, he put it past Grant, the goalkeeper for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to restore the 1-goal advantage, only for it to end up knotted once again with AJ Delpeche, that 100-meter man, scoring the goal that gave his side a share of the points.
Yes, well, looking forward to the second encounter, and thank you for having me, Terry. And always a pleasure to share a commentary with our fellow Caribbean people.
For sure. You know,
We look forward to rejoining you momentarily for St. Lucia coming up against Grenada. Both teams won their first games. They each have 3 points. They'll be looking to make it 6 and go top of the table here at the Windward Islands School Games.
all we needed was one Grenadian, and we would have the Windward Island covered on the commentary.
We'll have to look for somebody
Yeah.
during the interval.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a
man.
moment.
Great news about Super 6. You can play Super 6 combo bets to increase your chances at winning the Super 6 jackpot. Here's how. The combo 5 betting option costs $69. Players have a choice of any 5 numbers, and if you match 5 of the 6 numbers, you win the jackpot. Maybe you prefer combo 7, costing $21. With a choice of 7 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 7 numbers, you win the jackpot. How about combo 8? This option costs $84. Players select 8 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 8 numbers, you win the jackpot. All numbers chosen should be money from a range of 1 to 28. Play combo bets. Remember, with Super 6, there are bigger jackpots and more chances.
Right, we're ready to get underway with the second game. St. Lucia against Grenada. Earlier today, well, it's actually the third meeting today between St. Lucia and Grenada in 3 different sports. St. Lucia defeated Grenada in men's volleyball this morning. In the afternoon, won the netball. And now, St. Lucia looking to go 3 for 3 on home turf. And we're on the way. St. Lucia versus Grenada. The St. Lucians with a long kickoff, trying to find Raquel Lionel up front. Trying to surprise Peter Alexander, but kicked out for a corner. They take it short, do the St. Lucians. Again, trying to test Alexander. Punches it out. Comes up a little bit gingerly. So a second corner for St. Lucia, right off the bat. Don't think they'll go short again. And they don't. This time is managed by Grenada. But only so far as a throw-in. Morrill gets it out wide. Riquelme. That one sails over. A respite now for Grenada, as they will get a goal kick, their first goal kick after consecutive corners. They take it short, trying to retain possession. That one goes back into touch. And be a throw in for Grenada. They get it into a good position, good advanced position. St. Lucian defenders marshal it out. Dominica, the Grenada, now on the attack. Tough tackle there. Still looking dangerous are the Grenadians. Always close matches between these Windward Islands. Most of the St. Lucians playing in the Premier League. Excellent shot coming in, but Peter Alexander goes low onto his left and foils the strike like Josh George. St. Lucia with a sustained attack at the moment, and they've got the ball back in their half with a throw-in. Throw goes to Morrill and it comes back into touch. The assistant initially indicated for St. Lucia throw-in and then changed his mind and said it was actually Grenada. Grenada boots it down the field. So it's going to be a throw-in for St. Lucia deep in their territory. It comes into the midfield. Dispossessed by Grenada. Dispossessed roughly and unjustly, according to the man in the middle, who hands possession to the home team. Long speculative free kick. Fails to find Riquelme Lionel. Trying to get him on the end of that. And again looking for Lionel. Obafemi Poyot tries to find him out on that right wing. But now the Grenadians back on the attack, being closely shepherded by their St. Lucian counterparts. St. Lucian now in control, trying to establish a rhythm, trying to establish possession, and doing so successfully. Lionel this time does get on the end of it. They're going to get out to Morrill. George, the shot. Stopped by the Grenadian defense. So far, St. Lucia has been on top of this game, but Grenada has not been shy to attack. It's just that the St. Lucians have been pretty relentless in the early going. From the very first kick, they earned a corner and then immediately earned a second corner. Again, St. Lucia with a free kick. Loops into the box and the keeper opts to punch it away. Gets to the Grenadians. Then goes all the way back to AD Jermaine. And Lucia tries to attack on the right wing, but the defender adjudged to have held Riquelme Lionel. Lionel spent some time out of football with a significant injury last year. Very pleasant to see him back in the fold. Scored plenty of goals in the Northern Zonal League. This one stays with Grenada. Ryan Rayburn. Back with St. Lucia now. Forces a save from Peter Alexander. Does Terry Morrill. Asking the referee to hold up play as they try to get organized for this. It's going to be a goal kick. So the adjudication that Peter Alexander did not touch it, I was pretty certain he's right next to us. I was pretty certain that he was the one who tipped it out of play. But the fourth official decided otherwise, and it's a goal kick to Grenada. St. Lucia again on the attack. Not the best of clearances at all. Upended. And that will be a free kick to Grenada. Free kick goes out to Rayburn. Rayburn under pressure. The two Grenadians run into each other. Rayburn and James. Three consecutive errors for Grenada. None of them. But they'll want to be a lot sharper in their defensive third. Rayburn and James bumping into one another, then a failed clearance, or that was already sandwiched between failed clearances. Bit of a stumble there on the cricket pitch in the center. So it's another throw in for St. Lucia. They retain possession for the time being, and no, they've lost it. It's Grenada on the attack. Grenada building up. Long cross into the box. Grenada still there. Comes out to St. Lucia. Pretty composed in defense. Manifesting again down that left flank of the Grenadians. Beautifully defended. Header just takes it away from the attacking player. Gives up the corner, but given his angle, there was not much else he could have done. St. Lucia looking to swing it around. Instead, they go back to their left wing. And the offside flag goes up. St. Lucia in possession, looking to get it forward. Instead, they lose it. Grenada back in control. Briefly. Now is Joshua George for St. Lucia. They're looking for the cross. Not the best attempt at a pass. And Grenada on the attack. Chummy punches it away. Chummy tries to marshal his troops. Wants a man on the posts for the corner. It's a low one. Booted out by St. Lucia, but still with Grenada. And struck straight at Jimmy. Throw in for Grenada. Referee says play on. St. Lucia with the ball in the center of the park. Searching there for Obafemi Poyot, man from Beaufort. Poyot flies wide. Well done to find him though. Beats the last defender. Poyot gets that one to his feet. Not a bad decision to essay the strike. Certainly will put Peter Alexander on his toes. Keep him alert. Let him know that there is danger lurking. Now though, Grenada have a chance of their own. And the assistant referee says he didn't like that tackle. Raheem Rayburn upended by the St. Lucian defender. So it's going to be a free kick to Grenada. Men from the Spice Isle will get behind this one. St. Lucia setting up the wall. Jome organizing his defense. relatively harmless. And in fact, it's going to be a goal kick for Germany. Takes it short. St. Lucia has tended to go short with their goal kicks in order to retain possession, but that time they were unable to so do. So it's Grenada with the ball in their defensive third, and they're knocking it about pretty confidently. But this time they've lost it. It's dangerous. And St. Lucia somehow contrive to miss Poyot third, and they're knocking it about pretty confidently. Golden opportunity there.
This time they've lost it.
Losing possession.
And St. Lucia.
And it was actually Josh George. Obafemi Poyot was lurking. St. Lucia does get a corner out of it. They've mixed up the short and long corners. I think this one is likely to be a long one. And it is. And it's a dangerous one as well. Josh George nearly got on the end of that one. Grenada, counter-attack. Matriculating the ball up the field. Getting it out wide. Rayburn once again. Lost ball. And St. Lucia just gets a throw in. St. Lucia really fighting position there. Rayburn going up against Terry Morrill. Rayburn has been all over the pitch. Peter Alexander passes it out to Kelroy Peters. Ball moves up the pitch, but now it's 50-50 between St. Lucia. St. Lucia's Calix manages to get it forward. Montoute. And now it's again in a dangerous position, but just too long. Just a little bit too long for Obafemi Poyot. Peter Alexander still looks gimpy. He's been favoring that left leg pretty much since the opening kick. St. Lucia still in possession. Somehow won that back. And a crunching tackle coming in. And St. Lucia will have the throw-in. Still 0-0 after 20 minutes here at the Francis Lastic Ground. St. Lucia, Grenada, both winners in their first games on Sunday evening. Both hunting for a second victory at the Windward Island School Games. Grenada on the attack. St. Lucia on the counter now, and it's a long counter. Elroy Peters taken down. Calix gets that one down the line, but results in a throw-in for Grenada. Throw in again for Grenada, this time on the right flank. And gonna throw it short. Long cross comes in. St. Lucia in control. St. Lucia has been mixing up nicely, going wide and playing it central. Dangerous cross there, coming in from Joshua Telesford. It's going to be another kick for the Grenadians. Into the center of the box and cleared by St. Lucia, but only so far as the second wave of Grenadian attackers. Grenada still with the ball. Sails high. Sails out for a goal kick. St. Lucia takes control. It's an aerial ball headed out for a St. Lucia throw. Not the best throw. Finds the Grenadians and initiates an attack for them. It's going to be another throw for St. Lucia, this time deep in their territory. It's very quiet here at the Francis Babalastic grounds. Neither side really gaining any advantage on the scoreboard, certainly. St. Lucia had the better of the early exchanges. They've perhaps had the better opportunities, but unable to convert. And Grenada starting to get more and more into the game as the half wears on. We've got 20 minutes remaining in regulation in the first half. 0-0. And St. Lucia with the ball. Again, a short goal kick. Inviting the Grenadians to come. Looking for the cross. St. Lucians waiting. Obafemi Poyot waiting. The center of the 18-yard box. Free kick for St. Lucia. Peter Alexander organizing his defense. In swinger. Peter Alexander equal to it. Recycles it quickly. St. Lucians try to press, as they did with some success against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But the press broken, and now St. Lucia once again trying to regain possession. St. Lucia on the attack once again. Get it down to the wing. They're going to try to switch it. Looking now for that man wide. He thought there was somebody behind him. Did Calix. I think he thought Riquelme Lionel might have been there. So Grenada now on the attack. Tries to get it in the box. Cleared by St. Lucia for a throw-in. Right, so it's Grenada with the ball deep. Rayburn with the throw. Rayburn looks for Ogilvy. Bit of a mess in front of the goal. Rayburn with the throw. Ogilvy with the cross. Chummy. Rayburn looks for Ogilvy. Was all at sea, but it amounted to nothing. K. Charles, the man on the attack there. Corner. And a foul called in the box. In fact, an offside. Rayburn tries to dribble that one down the line. The line was not his friend on that occasion. So it's going to be Calix with the throw-in for St. Lucia. Obafemi, Poyot, Terry Morrill, both operating on the right side for St. Lucia. The assistant referee determines that Morrill fouled the number 13 for Grenada, Jaden James. The St. Lucia bench not happy with that tackle, but it results in a Grenada throw. No, Peter Alexander definitely looks very troubled. You can see him limping as he went to retrieve that ball. The goalkeeper for Grenada. I'm not sure if he's going to see out this tournament. Not sure if he's going to see out this evening. Grenada still in control. A little bit hasty. Alexander comes up with the stop. Grenada knocking it about, retaining possession. Calix is in distress for St. Lucia. We haven't seen, unlike the first game where we saw very early on that the physio was called into action, we haven't really seen a lot of players on the ground in this one. So Kurt Calix will require some attention from the physio, Eva Stanislaus. I think he seems to be saying that he was struck in the throat. In the neck, certainly. Referee directing him to leave the field of play, at least momentarily. Dangerous kick for Grenada. St. Lucia survives. Grenada still in possession. Here come the St. Lucians. St. Lucians in a good position here. Their throws have been errant for much of the night. This one results in a free kick for Grenada. Grenada still in possession. Lost it now. The referee says it was lost unfairly. Zidane Rennie, the man dispossessed, probably needs to get his pants up. Okay, he's organized himself now. So Jimmy taking a moment, organizing his defense. Rayburn stands over it. Rayburn gets it in. And Jimmy nearly makes a mess of it. Needs a second chance, organizing his defense to secure it cleanly. Rayburn stands over it. Comes looping in, just palms it away. And now he's down. Michael Justin is there with him. Fewer than 10 minutes remaining in the first half in regulation. Jermaine looks as though he's going to be able to resume. The one man who doesn't have to leave the pitch if he's injured. Fewer than 10 minutes remaining in regulation. We should have some time added on. And St. Lucia tries to find a man up front and does. George tries the bicycle kick, but he's found to be offside in any case. So it's Grenada once more on the attack. Grenada gets a throw, but it's allowed to roll aimlessly into touch. Justin. Then Lucia still with the ball, goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. But he's under pressure and forced to kick it out for a throw-in to Grenada. St. Lucia now with the throw. This one is good. Riquelme Lionel on the edge of the box. Back to Kurt Calix on the edge of the box. Unable to come away with much. Alex now doing defensive duties and gets the cross only as far as Peter Alexander. St. Lucia though, back on the attack. Joshua George tries to get on the end of this one. Bit of a wrestling match. But the referee says play on. And Peter Alexander once again called into action. So the defender remains in distress. But he's outside of the field of play at the moment. George. A little bit of interplay there. Grenada. Surging upfield. Gets it wide. Out to that man, Rayburn. Good tackle. Riquelme Lionel has dropped very deep. The flag stays down. Joshua George gets it back. Cross floats in and Peter Alexander finds his feet collects cleanly. St. Lucia looking to attack again, however. Tried the little 1-2. Did Riquelme Lionel, but cut out very quickly by Grenada. Clifford Baptiste dancing down the wing. Well, barring a spark of inspiration here in the last 4 minutes of regulation, I haven't seen an indication as to how much time will be added on as yet. At the end of this, the first half, it's going to head to the second period, knotted up at 0-0. Free kick goes the way of the Spice Isle. Riquelme Lionel, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, finds the wrong angle, but it's St. Lucia again on the attack, and the keeper doesn't control it. It's still free. Cleared now, finally, by Grenada. Peter Alexander wasn't able to cleanly control the ball. Now St. Lucia has an attacker down. I think that might be Terry Morrill on the ground for St. Lucia. And indeed it is. St. Lucia looking for what might be their last attack. Skips it, doesn't find anybody, but it comes back to St. Lucia. Grenadian defense holds up once again. Again looking for Riquelme Lionel. A shot in anger. Peter Alexander encouraging his defenders to push up the field, press high. Grenada once more on the move. St. Lucia takes command in the defense. Joshua George being asked to get it out wide. They try to get it out wide. Riquelme Lionel foiled by Kelroy Peters. Kelroy Peters gets it upfield for Grenada. Delroy Peters being closely monitored by Obafemi Poyot, that manages to come away with it and gets a long throw, which finds a forward, but he turns it over. And St. Lucia retains possession. Cross comes in. Bounces about. That's halftime. 0-0. St. Lucia have probably had the better of the exchanges in the first half, but that has not resulted in any advantage on the scoreboard. So we'll head into the second half. St. Lucia 0, Grenada 0.
Great news about Super 6. You can play Super 6 combo bets to increase your chances at winning the Super 6 jackpot. Here's how. The combo 5 betting option costs $69. Players have a choice of any 5 numbers, and if you match 5 of the 6 numbers, you win the jackpot. Maybe you prefer combo 7, costing $21. With a choice of 7 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 7 numbers, you win the jackpot. How about combo 8? This option costs $84. Players select 8 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 8 numbers, you win the jackpot. All numbers chosen should be from a range of 1 to 28. Play combo bets.
Left side.
Underway in the second half. Grenada started pretty confidently. Daniel Williams gets it out for St. Lucia. Free kick. It's going to go short to Alfred Hippolyte. Justin tries to force it down the line, but it will be a Grenada throw-in. The Grenadians have been under a lot of pressure in the midfield, have not been able to create a lot of fluent attacks. Generally speaking, the pavilion end tends to be where more fruit is born. St. Lucia now striking at that end. Joshua George unable to get on the end of that last attack. Here comes Grenada Jaquan pass. That one lost. Instructions being called out by Eddie Jame. An injury to Calix. He's being seen to. Early in the second half, just a couple of minutes in. St. Lucia actually has a fairly short bench. Randall Monroe is on there. He's a track and field athlete. Would have run and jumped on the weekend. Carifta medalist in long jump under 17. Jaquan Joseph, the javelin throw champion on Saturday at the Windward Island School Games. Also had a massive shift for Grosley in the Northern Zonal Championships earlier this year at this very venue. We had to switch out from central defense to play as a goalkeeper due to its keeper having taken a card. Guided his team to victory on that occasion. Student at St. Lucia Sports Academy, but now St. Lucia defending. Clearance unsuccessful, and it goes wide. Williams, the cross. It's going to stay at this end. Corner kick to be taken by Grenada. Stays low. Cleared. The danger not yet averted. Chumi says no shot. Grenada still there. Now cleared by St. Lucia. Goes all the way. And the referee points to the spot. Two St. Lucians taken down on that occasion. Obafemi Poyot. And the referee tackled from behind. Don't know if you can see that one again. And the referee. Poyot tackled from behind. The referee is not showing any card as yet. But he has certainly pointed to the spot. Could this be the difference maker for Team St. Lucia? Now cleared by St. Lucia. Goes all the way. Field clearance by Alexander in the first instance. And now he's going to have to face Riquelme Lionel. I think Joshua George was the first player the referee to benefit from Alexander's inability to handle the initial attempt by St. Lucia. Riquelme Lionel lines up and it's saved. Big save there, and here comes Grenada on the attack, and they get the corner. Massive save. Peter Alexander perfectly placed for him to save it.
Lines up.
Moves
On a save.
to his left. Riquelme Lionel placing that too close to the keeper. And St. Lucia still at a stalemate with Grenada. Poyot wins the penalty. It's tried by Lionel, but comes to nothing. George looks to be in some difficulty for St. Lucia. Back Devage Edward. They've won a free kick. Edward is going to stand over it. Not in an especially dangerous position, and he doesn't make much of it. Boots it wide. It's another Grenada attack. The northern end of the ground, right in front of our broadcast position, and it results in a corner. The corner will be taken by Che Charles, and Che Charles keeps it very, very low. Cleared by Devage Edward. Finds Riquelme Lionel on the wing. Lionel being shadowed by Ariel Williams. Gets it inside. Gets it wide to Terry Morrill. Morrill to Poyot. Poyot back to Edward. Back to Montoute. Calm in defense, collected, cool and composed are the St. Lucians. So now again, Grenada with the ball with a free kick. Taken short. St. Lucia takes it away. Lionel. Poyot asks the question, but the referee is unmoved. It will be a goal kick for Grenada. Grenada on the move.
Away! Away!
Still there, Grenada.
Away!
With the cross. Excellent clearance by Alfred Hippolyte right off the touchline. But Grenada still about. Now adjudged to have committed an infraction. Out wide. St. Lucia. And it'll be a pretty dangerous free kick. It's a tight angle, but it's going to be essentially a corner, almost. Potential for an in-swinger here. But instead, sails wide. Grenadian defender is on the ground, writhing in pain. And the referee calls for medical personnel to come support. That's Che Charles. He's been taking their corners. So definitely an important player. He's also been a big part of the attack. Says that something may be wrong with his lower limb. This might be pretty time consuming because he's taking his boot off. He's getting the ankle checked. It's going to get some of the magic spray. I've had a bit too much of that in my time. Kai Stanislaus letting us know that he wants a little bit of screen time. So Che Charles comes off under his own power. So shouldn't be too bad. Justin is going to take the goal kick. Does. Grenada quickly back into the attack. Throw in Grenada. as compared to the previous games, the stands very, very quiet. We had drums, cowbells, horns, and right on cue, we get one horn. Safely cleared by St. Lucia Alfred Hippolyte, who's out for the throw-in to St. Lucia. Less than half an hour remaining. Hippolyte goes for the long clearance. Terry Moriel forced into defensive duties. Grenada with 5 men in the box now, 6 men in the box. Consecutive headers by St. Lucia though to clear the danger, but is still with Grenada. Alfred Hippolyte gets that up into the Alton Crafton stands.
No foul. Don't dive in. Don't dive in. Well done, Makai. Well done, Kai.
The ball.
Step out. Away.
Linesman flag went up, but the referee said to go ahead and play on. Grenada will win a corner. So it's going to be a corner once again for Team Grenada, the Spice Boys. At the moment, we don't have a ball. So, okay, here comes a ball. Looks like Rayburn. Rayburn is going to take this one.
Away. Out.
Lifts it.
Out.
Cleared by Hippolyte.
Away. And Makai.
Another firm header, Mikai Stanislas. St. Lucia stringing together the passes. That one somewhat wasteful. One trouble Peter Alexander at all. So Grenada trying to work it out of their defensive backfield, and instead they give it back to St. Lucia. Lionel. The Grenadians defending desperately. Zidane Rennie slow to get up. St. Lucia loses it. Grenada on the move. Grenada into the attacking third. Grenada into the box. And it comes to nothing. Joshua Telesford put himself into a brilliant position. Could have done a lot better to try a cross. As he lifted his head, he struck it and struck it high and wide. St. Lucia on the move and goes straight to Peter Alexander. Alexander will face another St. Lucia attack. Poyet has spent a bit too much time on the ground, but this time he does substitutions incoming for St. Lucia. St. Lucia with a throw. Poyet, the ball at his feet. Tries to make his way into the box. Gets a corner. Edward is going to hit it. He'll surely find the likes of Riquelme Lionel and Obafemi Poyet waiting. But instead, he finds a Grenadian defender. And the Grenadians trying to work their way out of danger. Makai Stanislaus too gets it right back into the fire for St. Lucia. Raj Edward overruns the ball on that occasion. Looks like St. Lucia with another corner. Edward again. Lofts that one behind the goal. Fewer than 20 minutes remaining. And we're at 0-0. Grenada trying to change that. And Grenada with a lovely possession here. And Jeremy, the player offside for Grenada. But Jeremy made the stop regardless. Grenada once again with the ball. Now St. Lucia. Testing Peter Alexander there. St. Lucia in possession. Gets it wide. Can he hold on? He's under severe pressure. And he shepherds it out for the goal kick. That's the Grenadian defender. Try to get that wide. Still managed to hold on to possession. Alfred Hippolyte doing the defensive work, cleaning up at the back there. He was facing a wave of Grenadian attackers. The turn now of St. Lucia. Peter Alexander. Causes the Grenadians to raise their horns. The turn now of St. Lucia. Mackay Alexander doing the defensive duties. Grenada in possession. St. Lucia steals. St. Lucia looks to advance. Long shot coming in. Joshua George doesn't test Peter Alexander. Alexander seems to be walking better. I don't know if it's adrenaline or if he's received some attention, but he's not limping anymore. Terry Morrill. Edward. Again, just pushes it forward. Easily handled by Peter Alexander. Poyot unable to handle that, and just to go out from the throw-in for another goal kick. 15 minutes remaining in regulation. 0-0 at the Francis Babalastic grounds. Our first game ended in a 2-all draw. Teams sharing the points. Their first points, Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. At the moment, it's a stalemate between St. Lucia and Grenada with just about 15 minutes left to play. Ball bouncing in the midfield. Header comes in from St. Lucia. Morrill at the center of the midfield. It's bouncing back to the St. Lucian defense. Gets it forward. Still with St. Lucia. Was wide. Difficult ball for the winger to handle, but he managed. A significant senior experience, Terry Morrill. Here comes Morrill back, tracking back on defense.
Hold it, Ali, hold it more.
Right now, St. Lucia trying to draw the Grenadians, create some space at the back. But Peter Alexander awaits. Long throw by Alexander, reaches midfield.
Well done.
Raheem Rayburn loses it out of bounds. Aniel Williams will come off. For Shamari Lawrence. In fact, that substitution made on the St. Lucian side, it was Joshua George for Jaquan Joseph. Alex called into action. Ogilvy. Dominica, a Grenada rather, looking very, very dangerous. Grenada on the move once again. They've been able to breach the St. Lucian defense a couple of times now. Haven't borne the fruits yet, but they'll be pleased with the positions that they've been able to find themselves in. Elroy Peters watches it go out of play. Under 10 minutes left. Nothing to divide these teams. There goes Grenada.
Away! Away!
Another good cross comes in. Still with the ball, Grenada.
One press! One press!
Speculative shot comes in. Could have tested Jeremy had it been on target. Just drifted to Jeremy's right. Might have had it covered, but was just off target. Alfred Hippolyte with the ball at his feet. The Grenadians have not been drawn by the St. Lucian defenders who've been drafting the ball between them. Jimmy, Alfred Hippolyte, Mikai Stanislaus, they've been knocking the ball amongst themselves, but the Grenadians have just refused to be drawn and just waiting for the ball to make its way into the midfield each time. St. Lucia throw. Will go for a corner. Headed behind by the Grenadian defender. Goes back behind for another St. Lucia corner. Floats this one in. Dangerous. And goes behind for a goal kick. St. Lucia in possession at midfield. Swing it around. Getting into a rhythm. Looking for some space. Being given a lot of space in this section of the field by the Grenadians. Alfred Hippolyte. Still with St. Lucia. Two players out on the wing there. Alfred Hippolyte finds one. But unfortunately, comes right back from Stanislaus to Grenada. Stanislaus once again wins it back. Justin goes wide. Obafemi Poyot. But the whistle goes. Looks as though it's going to be a free kick to Grenada. Grenada looking for the long cross, gets it. Still with the ball. Referee and his assistant saw nothing wrong there. Player now getting up from the ground. Very harsh tackle. And the referee shows Obafemi Poyot yellow card. Referee and his assistant saw nothing wrong there.
Player now getting up from the ground.
And Poyot, in fact, the one fouled. Bit of a bang-bang play. And St. Lucia gets the free kick. Poyot and Edward. This distance would be difficult for Edward or Poyot to go direct to goal. Something happened. Something happened just as the wall was being set up. The St. Lucians being restrained. Again, the official needs to get in the middle of this and sort it out quickly. There's a couple of minutes remaining in the game. We're going to try to get back to see what happened there. The wall was being set up, and somewhere behind the wall there was something between two of the players. But we're going to take the free kick after all. One minute remaining just about in regulation. Is going to be Poyot, and he's going to sail it high, and the Grenadians are exultant. Those horns blowing somewhat derisively at this point. So with seconds remaining in regulation, I haven't seen the indication as to how much time will be added. And it's a goal! In the dying minutes of regulation, the dying seconds of regulation, St. Lucia seizes the initiative and gets the go-ahead goal. Tavash Edward, the man they call Bobby, wins it perhaps at the death for St. Lucia. 1-0, and the referee waiting with cards in hand. And Edward shown a card for celebration. Of course, fortunate that he did not already have one. A laser from Tavash Edward. St. Lucia has to see this one out. Mackay Stanislaus shepherds the ball into touch. And here's where the short goal kick really comes into play. Grenada now on the back foot. Can they answer? We are into time added on. Going to try to find out for you how much time we have being added. St. Lucia up 1-0. Jimmy has called for the referee right now. He's sitting. So we have 5 minutes of time added on, and Jimmy has managed to get the attention of the referee. He's indicating that looks as though he has a bit of cramping. I think he's got a cramp in his leg, his right leg. Stanislaus giving him a bit of spray. Grenadians, I think, stunned by the goal. A laser from Devage Edward, the difference in this game at the moment. Devage Edward, the difference maker. Still trying to work out some stiffness in his leg, Jimmy. So technically, 5 minutes gone in time added on. But remember, it's a minimum of 5 minutes time added on, and Jimmy also had some difficulty. Grenada will try one last strike to try to get back on even terms. Cleared all the way back to Alexander. Alexander just pokes it forward. Long clearance. St. Lucia right now with everyone behind the ball, trying to see this one to safety. Grenada, conversely, with all of their men up in or near just about the 18-yard box. Kick comes in from Grenada, goes into touch. And if, as they have been doing, St. Lucia plays a short goal kick, yes, they do. Draws this time the Grenadian defense, and that's the game. St. Lucia win back-to-back games, 1-0. Devage Edward, the difference maker this evening. And St. Lucia have beaten Grenada today in men's volleyball, netball, and now football. St. Lucia unbeaten so far in the team sports. They've won everything that they've played over the first 4 days of the Windward Island School Games. Placed last in the track and field, but they've put themselves in really good position going into the final 3 days of this competition. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and it's a good morning, women's volleyball from 10 a.m. St. Lucia will take on Dominica in the second match, but in the first match, it'll be St. Vincent and the Grenadines against Grenada. Women's basketball will be played from 2 p.m. St. Lucia taking on Grenada once again. And from 4 p.m. St. Vincent and the Grenadines against Dominica. In men's basketball tomorrow night, St. Vincent and the Grenadines against Grenada. And St. Lucia against Dominica. All three of those sports will be contested at the Boseju Gymnasium, adjacent to the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. St. Lucia in Fine Fettle. Tomorrow, St. Lucia against Dominica in women's volleyball. St. Lucia against Grenada in girls basketball. And St. Lucia against Dominica in men's basketball. Come out and support the young athletes on day 5 of the Windward Island School Games. That's it for us this evening.
Great news about Super 6. You can play Super 6 combo bets to increase your chances at winning the Super 6 jackpot. Here's how. The combo 5 betting option costs $69. Players have a choice of any 5 numbers, and if you match 5 of the 6 numbers, you win the jackpot. Maybe you prefer combo 7, costing $21. With a choice of 7 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 7 numbers, you win the jackpot. How about combo 8? This option costs $84. Players select 8 numbers, and if you match any 6 numbers out of the 8 numbers, you win the jackpot. All numbers chosen should be from a range of 1 to 28. Play combo bets. Remember, with Super 6, there are bigger jackpots and more chances to win.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more, win more, and have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one.
With the new improved Super 6 game,
The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.